Hey guys, just thought I'd do a little check-in. I haven't posted for a few days. As most of you know, I said I was going to take some time out for myself and my family, just for my kids, just spend some time with them and get my head together. So I went to the doctors Monday, asked them for some help with my recovery and some counselling as well. Because I just feel like whilst I am trying my best on my own, like I need better coping mechanisms, and I'm aware of the fact that I'm not coping when things are maybe going on top of me, or you know there are certain situations where being fobbed off of medication is just not working. So I mean, there's going to be obviously a lengthy wait for that. I'm not going to be able to pay privately for it, but I am going to go and speak to somebody, because it's been years since I've had my diagnosis, and ever since I've just kind of been palmed off with medication. I've had no reviews about my medication. I've just kind of been told to up my dose if I don't feel right. And whilst on some level the medication does help, I just feel like maybe I would benefit from talking to somebody, and I've put it off for years. Every time I've been offered counselling, I've always said no, and I'm a stubborn sausage, and I just didn't want to admit that I maybe need to talk to someone. So that is something now I'm waiting to hear back about, which is a positive. My smear results came back, and they came back that everything was fine. But I have still got obviously abnormal bleeding, so I've got to go and have a scan not next Wednesday, the Wednesday afterwards, in case I've got like polyps or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called, or cysts or whatever. But that was something that really helped me feel better today, because my letter came through this morning. And yeah, I just decided, guys, that I'm not going to put so much pressure on myself. I am very sensitive as a person, and I take everything to heart, and being on social media is great when it's all good and it's all going well, but when it's not, I'm not really cut out for all the negative comments and stuff like that. Some people can be really supportive, but some people can be quite brutal, and I think for that reason I need to kind of take a step back and just focus on my journey on a more personal level. So I will still be posting and sharing with you my milestones, and I will share any relapses, because I always have done. I've got to do that to be accountable, but I don't know if I'm going to be posting every day, do you know what I mean, and saying, oh, next day, next day, next day, because I just kind of want it to become the norm, and I don't want to be held to my days. Like I've now had a drink 2 days out of 2024, so I've still done like 5 months and whatever days it is sober and clean, with 2 relapses. But I just think I was putting so much pressure on myself, and it's not that people, like, one of the comments that really stuck with me is somebody saying like I've lost interest in my sober journey, and I haven't at all. I love being sober. I love the feeling I get when I wake up and I know that I've got through another day. I loved going to places and not drinking and proving to myself how strong I was. There was no feeling like that. So the only thing I've got coming up in the near future is I've got a wedding coming up, which is family. But I've already told them that I'm not going to drink. Obviously I know I'm not going to drink, 'cause I've done it in other occasions, but I think with the hen do thing, I was just, I don't know. I think I watched someone's video the other day where they said they knew they were going to relapse weeks before it happened. And I think I did. I think I really did know that I was going to relapse, because I think it was on my mind. And I was kind of like, well, where does this leave me? The summertime's come in and everyone's going to be doing this and that. And I just lost sight of my journey, and I kind of cut myself off from people, and I haven't been in contact with my family as much. I've cut myself off from friends on a daily basis. Like, I'm not speaking to people, which is just not good for me. I'm not checking in with people. I've stopped swimming and doing all the things that really, really help me make me happy. So I'm going to focus now this week, obviously, on just getting my head back together, and then next week I'm going to try and go swimming again and just get my shit back together, guys. But yeah, I am still here and I will still post, but I've just got to take take my foot off the accelerator a little bit. As with everything, I've always gone in wholeheartedly, and I do things in black and white. And when I started this journey, I do admit that I kind of gave myself a run for my money, because I was just like, you know, yeah, I'm doing this and I'm never going to relapse and it's all going to be fine. And I was naive, because it's a lot harder than I realised it was going to be. But it is a learning curve and I will get there. So I'm day 3 today. So I last had a drink, obviously Sunday, early hours Sunday morning. And I'm only now starting to feel like my depression is sort of easing a little bit. I'm just grateful for the support I've received, and yeah, just, you know, I need to stop being my own worst enemy and be a bit kinder to myself, because when stuff like this happens, it really just sabotages me as a person. Like, you know, I just need to learn better coping mechanisms and ways to handle things that knock me down, because I go within myself and then I'm just, yeah, really not in a good place then for a long time. I wish I had the ability to bounce back a bit better, if I'm honest. I think that would help me if I learned how to bounce back from things better. I could get straight back then to, you know, doing what I'm doing, and that would help me. Instead, I'm counterproductive, and I kind of stop doing all the things that make me happy and make me feel better. And it makes me worse, you know, and I know it makes me worse. I'm my own worst enemy. I've been the same way for years. So I am glad I've gone and asked for help. It's not going to be an overnight process, obviously, but yeah, I think one of the biggest things I can do to help myself, obviously, is to stay clean and sober, but stay well connected as well. I need to make sure I'm talking to my family again and friends, and getting back to my swimming and just doing my normal things, you know, and getting in a routine. So I will be posting, but I'm not going to post, maybe not every day, and maybe not all about sobriety, because I don't want to be talking about it all the time. You know, I want to be talking about other things, and, you know, things that are going to be beneficial to me, and not just the negative things that have affected me. So I hope that all makes sense. I'm sorry if I'm rambling. It's just been a few days, obviously, and I've not really said anything. So yeah, I'll be on another time, guys, and I wish you all the best. Peace and love.